Oh, pretty exciting to be doing this recording here today. We did get our BTC D37 motherboard and case combo in today, which is surprising. I only ordered this on the 13th. Today's the 27th, so it came in pretty quick. I just wanted to give a quick overview of what is included. So what I got was like this metal cross piece. It came with one of these, not dummy plugs, but basically they automatically, if you have to use an ATX power supply with this, it'll automatically turn on. And then a whole bag of screws to hook everything up. Otherwise, it comes with 4 fans here. These are 6,000 RPM. I already turned the case on. It posts. Everything works. These are incredibly loud. So I am going to need to buy some sort of fan controller because this is not going to be ideal for running in residential. Otherwise, we do have this here I put in myself. This is my 4GB SO DIMM, so did not come with this, so I had to add one in there. Another note, this one actually came with a Cmos battery, which is surprising. Sometimes they don't ship with Cmos batteries because it's through airplane or whatever. Otherwise, there is a slot here. You can put like some of those Chinese large 1800 watt power supplies in here. Those will fit pretty well. But yeah, with my certain case here, I had an Antminer power supply from a while ago, and I'm going to be using that to power the side of the motherboard. And then to get power to my GPUs, all I do is I take a 6-pin connector from down here and bring it up and connect it to the top of the GPU. Now, here I installed 2 GPUs that I had just to show for spacing. These are the leftover of that 15-watt GPUs I bought. So the spacing is decent. One thing I wanted to show you guys is the front of the case. It's actually very different than some of the other cases I've seen. The GPUs don't go flush to the end of the case here. There is quite a bit of room. I would say at least a good 1.5 cm, 2 centimeters. So this will allow more airflow, so exhaust air will be able to go through these holes here. So you can see my finger. Actually, you can't see it, but down there my finger, that's like representing where the air will go. So that's actually really nice because we are going to be moving a ton of air with these 6,000 RPM fans. You do want like the air to be easily exhaustible to help, recirculate the air quicker. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is power on the system, and I'll show you how loud it is, wrap up the video, and let you know what I think about this. And of course, I still need to run this myself to give a better review, but I wanted to show, like, I ordered this from someone who had like maybe a couple orders but very little reviews. Showed up, everything seems fine. I paid around 550 Canadian dollars. Yeah, let me just power it on for you guys. And there you go. That is what 6,000 RPM fans sound like. The airflow is very strong. What I can do here is put the case lid on. I'll put this over top. There we go. That's more or less on. The amount of airflow is pretty crazy. I put this bag of screws and you can see it's pushing really well. Even where I have the GPUs installed, there's a lot of airflow there. Of course, there's a lot of empty spot. I can feel if I cover that hole, there's a lot more air coming out. So yeah, of course. You can see this motherboard comes with a Celeron, 2 cores, 2 threads, and it runs at around 1600 megahertz. So you're probably only going to want to run a Linux operating based system on here. You can see I have 4 gigabytes of DDR3 installed. Advanced, maybe there's a fan control in here. We'll quickly take a look. I don't think so, but CPU configuration SATA, CPU, that's not it either. Just gonna look through the BIOS. PCIe, alright, so there's some other settings there. System configuration, alright, nothing else there. Let's have a look. Boots, no. Security. Yeah, so it looks like those fans are just going to be running at 100% all the time, which means I'm probably going to be buying, let me unplug this, which probably means I am going to be buying a fan controller of some sort to help reduce the amount of power it uses, because fans alone, the case and motherboard uses about 110 watts, which isn't too bad, all things considered. This is the front of the case. It's a very nice, cheap design there. But I mean, yeah, I'm actually very happy in terms of what I paid and what I got. 550 Canadian dollars shipped to the door, and I wasn't charged taxes, so I'm very pleased with that as well. Yeah, I'd say it's a pretty decent system. I do have to install Hive OS onto a USB, boot it up, or actually there are some SATA slots in here, I believe I saw. So I can actually hook up a what am I trying to say here, an SSD. However, I don't have a 5-volt rail available in this case and setup right now, so what I'm going to do is just use the USB in the front, USB 2.0 ports, boot up Hive OS, see what kind of GPUs I can get in here. I don't have a lot of time today, but I will want to test the RTX 3060 Ti in here, test the GTX 1660 Ti's, those Zotac cards, because, you know, terrible cooling, of course. I want to make sure that those can run in here as well, potentially help with thermals. But otherwise, if you live in a country that has like 40 degrees Celsius ambient, these cases might be a great option there. But what I'm going to do is I will be making a video later in the week. Once I've run this for a while, I can give you a better, like, should I buy this, should I not buy this? It is extremely loud, so that's where, again, as I mentioned, I will have to source a fan controller to reduce the voltage, so that'll reduce the speeds and noise. But yeah, overall, I'm very pleased. The seller, I'll find a link later and link it in the description of the video. But overall, I'm very pleased. It came in decent shape. The box was a little bit, you know, like crunched up, but there was foam padding on 4 corners. And when it was just the motherboard and case, everything came in good condition. So yeah, I will be making an update video in the future. But for now, I will be testing out these 2 GPUs I have left over. So these 2 RX 570s, one of them has like bad fans and the other has poor silicon quality, so they run hot. So I will try running them in here and seeing how it goes. And of course, because I don't have all the GPUs, I'll probably unplug 2 of the fans, save a little bit of noise, and that should still be just fine. But yeah, stay tuned. I will have an update video in about a week or so.